real flash creatures are Snapcaster Mage and Restoration Angels, and all his spells might be on his turn. You know, not many counter spells or whatnot.
And you don't find your dissipates around here.
Exactly.
None of that stuff. It is much more burn-centric. It has a lot more reach. And Snapcaster Mages are arguably better in this deck because Boros Charm plus Snapcaster Mage Boros Charm, that's a lot of damage. It adds up quickly.
Yeah, it really is. And we were just talking about this yesterday, how Geist Saint Draft kind of fell off the map. Sure, you know, it shows up in banned hexproof, but other than that, Esper players used to have Geist Saint Draft in their sideboard for the mirror match and whatnot. The blue-white-red players, that's how they would win the mirror match. That's how it was their primary win condition. Play Geist Saint Draft, attack, bounce something, counter something. But now things have changed, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising to see such a powerful card that did dominate Standard for such a long time to be kind of forgotten about for a little while here. I don't think people really miss it because it was a pain to play against, but just to see it not see any play at all is a little bit surprising. And now we do have 2 different Geist decks into the top 8 this week, and actually in the top 4, which is where we're at in the tournament, in banned hexproof and in this blue-white-red more burn-centric version. It makes me wonder which Geist Saint Draft deck is better.
Yeah. Yes, it's tough to say, but I mean, Geist Saint Draft even made an appearance in Legacy. Geist Saint Draft sometimes you can see in Modern, especially towards the end of the Modern season. So as you can see on screen, both players keep shuffling. That's because they're both going down to 5 cards. Now, normally it will favor the Junk Reanimator deck. Why? Because they have cards like Mulch and Grizzly Salvage. So they can Grizzly Salvage, get the card they want, and then put an Unburial Ice in the graveyard, so it's another free card to make up for the mulligan. Mulch, you know, it's possible Christian goes turn 2 Mulch, hits 2, 3, 4 lands, and all of a sudden he's undoing his mulligans. William, on the other hand, he really needs to have a fast draw. I can't stress it enough. He needs to play Geist Saint Draft on turn 4, or he needs to build back his card advantage through Snapcaster Mage, Restoration Angel, Think Twice, etc.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Looking forward to Game 2. During the sideboarding, we're going to give away 6 months premium to 1 lucky viewer.
Yep.
We're going to ask a question. But let's just take a quick look at the sideboard since both players are shuffling nonstop. Pillar of Flame, Dispel, Negate, the Tension Sphere is a static caster, 1 Counterflux in the sideboard, 2 Supreme Verdicts, 3 Clones, and Assembled Allegiance. One card that stands out again is definitely the 3 clones.
Yep.
Being able to clone your opponent's Angel Serenity, being able to clone your opponent's Thragtusk, that's really key, that's really important.
Yeah, I mean, we take a look over here at Chris's sideboard. He does have an additional Sim Collector to make it 3 after sideboard. Card that I'm assuming is going to come in immediately, along with this 4th Acidic Slime here in the sideboard. 2 Garruk Relentless, 2 Obsidian Ghost Council, a Sever the Bloodline, 2 Abrupt Decay, 2 Deathrite Shaman, 3 Voice Resurgence, and a Thragtusk. I expect to see these life-gaining cards come in, as well as cards that are very good Restoration Angel. So we're looking at Sim Collector, Acidic Slime. I love Deathrite Shaman in this matchup. I also like Thragtusk a lot. Could even see Abrupt Decay come in as well, because it has some nice targets there with Boros Reckoner. It doesn't take care of Geist Saint Draft, of course, but you do just want to get the creatures off the table of Williams whenever possible.
Yeah, I see a slew of old school players since today's Team Limited. We see Chris Pakula, we see Lan Ho, we see Dan O'Mahony Swartz, brother of Steve O'Mahony Swartz, Hall of Famer. So we'll see who else decides to show up and battle for the Team Limited event.
I was hoping that was going to happen. No Finkel yet.
No Finkel yet.
Not through the door.
Did anybody tweet at Finkel?
I hope people tweet at Finkel.
Yeah.
As William does start with a Softer Falls, Chris of the Temple Garden. So we are underway here in the semifinals, the Star City Games Open Series here in Somerset, New Jersey, looking to crown a standard champion this morning. Got a couple lands. Let's see what Chris has. Chris has a mulch. See if he can undo that mulch.
1,
Temple
2,
Garden, Forest, Grizzly Salvage, Restoration Angel.
That's better than nothing.
That's certainly better than nothing. 2 cards there. Restoration Angel to the graveyard if he does have Burial Rights already, which again is better than nothing. He does pass back. Now, William, the big question is, do you have A, a 3rd land, and B, something to do with it?
Ooh, the answer is no. It's like Cycle Azorius Charm main phase, and he just passes the turn.
If you're Chris, you're breathing a sigh of relief right now. You dodge basically the Geist Saint Draft or Boros Reckoner Bullet. He also doesn't have the 3rd land, so that, you know, if you're him, you're thinking, all right, he's got some burn spells over there, but no pressure just yet.
Yeah, it's like Chris didn't even mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, the deck mulligans incredibly well.
Yeah, really. All right, so no Unburial Rights, no Giant Monster. I think Chris is probably going to take that Arbor Elf, and that's exactly what he does. So he's able to go Forest to Arbor Elf, so next turn he'll have access to 5 mana.
And just keep on ramping up.
All right, so William, you know, hopefully he has like a Pillar of Flame to slow down Chris, but even more important, he probably needs a 3rd land.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Ooh, okay, it's a Searing Spear. One of the
keep him off that mana.
Friday Night Magic Searing Spear, Game Day. Searing Spear?
I just say it's special.
Special. It's a special, yeah. Not your regular Searing Spear. All right, so another mulch. Let's see what happens here. Land. Sin Collector. Land. Wow. Okay, just like
Really great mulches.
you know, not an Ancestral Recall, but not far from it.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you mulligan the 5, you'll be more than happy.
I mean, this just ensures that he can cast his cards, you know, his heavy hitters like Thraktos, like Imperial Rights. He's already got so many lands he can actually, you know, reasonably cast, as you're going to see Azorius Charm get cycled in Angel of Serenity. And Williams is just stumbling around right now, as we do have a quick update for you guys, because we knew this was going to be pretty quick. Owen Turtenwald does win Game 1 against Alex Mitchell, Jund versus Ban Hexproof, so Owen is up a game. Putting his money where his mouth is, he thought he was favored.
Yeah, and only after sideboard it gets better.
Yep.
So, all right, so there's an Unburial Rights targeting Sin Collector. Let's see what William reveals. It looks like Azorius Charm, Boros Charm, three Ralzerics. 3 Ralzerics. Snapcaster Mage. So pretty much it comes out to Azorius Charm, Boros Charm. Not much of a question there.
Yep.
Take that Azorius Charm. And,
Don't let him
see what
cycle.
happens.
William draws a card. It's a thing twice. He's desperately searching for a land.
Ooh,
He finds a Geist of St. Trap. That's not a land. He has to pass the turn back again. Chris going to untap. He's going to draw.
And yeah, I mean, Chris is in great shape here. He'll be able to flashback that on Barrier Rights on the Restoration Angel after an attack with Sin Collector.
Yep.
Take something else, and then he'll have Restoration Angel, Sin Collector, Avacyn's Pilgrim in play, and then next turn he'll be able to play Angel Serenity if he wants to.
Yeah.
You know, both players have seen each other's deck list. Chris is aware William has 0 copies of Supreme Verdict in the main deck, so Chris can just play out all his creatures and not have to worry about William drawing running lands to catch up and come back in this game.
Absolutely no punishment to be had. He can just keep playing all of his spells to create a big board, and that's probably what he's going to keep seeing him do. He's going to play out this Avacyn's Pilgrim as well. He just wants to get the game over with now because he's so far ahead. William draws a card. I don't know if it was a land or not. It was a Steam Vent, so he's got to go to 15 to play it.
But I mean, Geist St. Trap's kind of embarrassing here.
Yeah.
You know, there's a Sin Collector in play. There's a Restoration Angel. And
the board is cluttered up, and it's only going to get more cluttered up here as we go.
Yeah, and we see a Fiend Hunter.
Yep.
We see another Unburial Rights in his hand, so he pretty much has answers to anything. I mean, although Fiend Hunter can't target the Geist St. Trap, he could just, you know, play it as a 1/3 blocker. I think Chris's line of play here is just to probably play the Angel of Serenity, just to get down a big 5/6 flyer.
Yeah, just get that thing in the way.
Yeah, why not? Attack with Sin Collector, attack with Restoration Angel, bring William down to 11, and then next turn he has 8 points of damage just in the air alone.
Yep. One thing I really like here is that even though Chris is super far ahead, he's taking his time and thinking about the turn.
Yeah.
You know, he's certainly in the driver's seat this game. It's going to be difficult for him to lose, but there's no reason to rush yourself. Give yourself some time to think about your decisions. You know, don't get carried away. Make sure that you do take down this game, even though both players mulligan to 5. Your deck undoes mulligans very well, which has proved this game.
Yeah,
and now just finish it off.
So Chris is just taking his time. Why not? Rounds are untimed. Players have to play at a reasonable pace, but you don't want to make any silly mistake. So Chris will. I kind of feel like he's going to play the Angel Serenity. I don't really see him a reason to hold the Angel Serenity. And all right, there it is. 7 mana, Angel Serenity. Chris takes a look at his graveyard. He says, "Yeah, I'll bring back this Arbor Elf. I'll bring back this Fiend Hunter."
Yeah, a little bit of garbage.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. It's some insurance just in case somehow the Angel dies.
Yeah.
You know, maybe double Searing Spirit. Chris might think William has.
It's one of the wimpier Angel Serenities I've seen, but
yeah. I mean, Chris actually knows William's hand.
Yeah.
So
he knows all the contents. He knows about all 3 Ralzerics over there.
It's pretty interesting. Chris took such a long time, and he knew William's hands. So it just shows how Chris wants to make sure he's making the right play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris pretty much knows he can't lose this game unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
You know?
No style points for playing fast.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And you know, William can't really be too upset because he didn't mulligan the 5. So he might say, hey, you know what? This game, multi 5. But we'll see what happens after game 1.
And, you know, knows that he can't attack either. And that's how you know, like, with William's deck, especially because he's so burn heavy, and his creatures are basically there to push through a heavy chunk of damage, let the burn plus Snapcaster Mage finish it off.
Yes.
If your Geist St. Traps is not attacking, you're in a losing situation.
Yeah, that's the thing about Geist St. Traps. It doesn't, you know, catch you up when you're behind.
Yeah.
It's good when you're ahead, or it's good when it's even.
Yep.
But when you're behind, it's not the card you want in your deck. It's not the card that you want to draw. So Chris taking his time again, thinking, you know, what could happen here? Well, if I'm in Chris's shoes now, I think I would just come in with the Angel Serenity and the Restoration Angel and see what William does about that. You know, I mean, do you care if William goes Snapcaster back on Azorius Charm?
Not really. I mean, depending on the contents of Chris's hand, which he's hiding pretty well right now, but I can't imagine that he does care very much. I think even Sin Collector can walk on into the red zone here pretty confidently.
Okay.
I mean, you have to assume, right? Like, he has. I mean, Chris knows his hand, as you said. It's 3 Rouserics and a Snapcaster Mage, and he knows that. So, with that being the case, you know, he can play accordingly. William chose not to play Rouseric because it doesn't have a huge impact on this board. Chris can see the graveyard, see what Snapcaster Mage is capable of, and play accordingly. And so here is William playing Snapcaster Mage, targeting Azorius Charm.
What do you think about not attacking with the Angel?
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine attacking with the Angel. I think that Chris is probably okay with it too, right? Like,
yeah, it's
the Angel's only going to get a little bit better.
Yeah. I'm not really too sure what he's afraid of.
Yeah.
You know, why not have your Angel Serenity get Azorius Charmed, you get back some cards, and you still have the Restoration Angel in play. So it looks like Chris is trying to play it extra safe, but sometimes when you play it too safe, you know.
So here's an acidic slime. I think that's why he did it, because he wanted that Restoration Angel to get put back on top of his deck to start sliming his opponent.
Yeah, but I would rather just, you know, kill William.
Sure.
William's just dead. You know, it's if I'm thinking like Chris, you know, I'm gonna win this game. William's probably gonna lose. Why not? Why not just attack? But
I think he's, you know, just playing ultra conservative.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Here comes the old guy, St. Traft. Angel Token's going to come in as well. William for the turn drew Turn and Burn.
Okay. Would be nice if he had a couple more lands, but at least he could play both sides.
Yep.
He has to choose, but he can play either side.
Now Chris here is going to block with the Acidic Slime. If I'm Chris there, I heavily consider a double block.
With the Pilgrim?
I mean, with the Angel and the Acidic Slime on the Geist, just because I want it off the table.
Okay.
You know, if that's the only thing that he can be representing right now, because he has his deck list.
Sure.
Is Turn and Burn. So like, basically you have to play around turn for the turn.
Okay.
And if that's what you have to play around, and you want to get Geist off the table, you just double block. It doesn't matter which card you lose. You're fine with the loss either way.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just want the Angel in play to actually attack and deal a lot of damage.
Okay.
You know, I think now an Unburial Rites is going to happen on the Acidic Slime.
Yep.
He's going to take away William's untapped Sulfur Falls. Like, you know, the Steam Vent?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine as well. Take away untapped
Sulfur Falls. Here comes, now the guys are going to come across.
Okay. So, yeah, Chris wanted to play it extra safe. Maybe Chris is going for the win with William having no permanence.
Perhaps looking for a flawless victory?
Yeah, I think that might be the case. And he could probably do it here. Acidic Slime will trade with the guy St. Traft. Yeah, I think William kind of wants him to do it.
Yeah, you think William wants to have a flawless?
Yeah. William's like, I'm sure someone at home is taking a screenshot of this. Chris with 5, 9, 12 permanents. Aw, he didn't go. Why didn't he go for it?
He could have had a flawless victory, Mortal Kombat style.
He could have. What was up with that?
I am disappointed in you, VanMeter. I am disappointed.
I'm kind of disappointed as well. All right, well, it's sideboarding time in the quarterfinals. Semifinals.
Yeah, semifinals, my friend. Let's bring it back to the booth.
All right.
Here we are.
It's
time to give away trivia, my friends. As usual, we're going to ask you a question.
One question.
Just one. You answer this question correct, you hashtag your answer SCG Premium. We select one winner. One person is what we're going to select of the people who do get it correct. Excuse me. So it is about accuracy, not about speed, and we will announce the winner after the entire round of the semifinals is over. Yes. And that question is, I'll do my drum roll by myself. In Chris VanMeter's deck, he has 2 copies. How many copies?
Two
copies of a Dragon's Maze Uncommon in his deck. You may or may not have seen it that game. He also has 1 copy in his sideboard. If you're able to name that brand new Uncommon that Chris is playing, 2 copies of it in his main, 1 in his sideboard, hashtag the answer at SCG Premium. I can't talk this morning.
It's okay.
I'll get it out. Yeah. Hashtag
so
SCG Premium.
Pretty much what you want to do is you want to collect all the information.
Yes.
And then, put it up on Twitter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we'll select one winner from the people that do get it right, and we'll announce it after the round's over.
Okay.
And I'll wake up as we keep doing this. I promise I will.
Collect the information.
Collect it. I see what you're doing.
Do you?
Are you trying to give away the answer?
No. I'm just telling them to collect the information. Okay. I didn't tell them the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. If I told them the answer, that would be a sin.
That would be horrible if we did that. So.
All right.
We'll take a look at the sideboards here. game number dos between VanMeter and Eads.
All right, so sideboarding right now. Chris, let's take a look at Chris's sideboard first.
All right,
what do you think?
Sideboard's will be on the screen for you guys in just a second, but we see Sin Collector, Acidic Slime, 2 Garrick Relentless, 2 Obsidat, 1 Sever the Bloodline, 2 Abrupt Decay, 2 Deathrite Shaman, 3 Voice Resurgence, and a Thragtusk. Now, I mean, he's obviously playing against a deck that has a lot of reach and burn, so the life gain cards are going to come in immediately in Thragtusk, and I think Deathrite Shaman is going to join us immediately as well, because it also shuts off those Snapcaster mages, makes things twice a little bit worse, and it can let him gain some life. So I think those come in first.
What about Obsidat?
Obsidat, I feel like, is a little expensive for this matchup.
Really?
I do. I mean, the question you have to ask yourself, right, is which card's better, Obsidat or Acidic Slime? Which way does he want to go? Because I think he has 2 options. He can either go for land destruction plan, or he can go for, the Obsidat life gaining plan. Additionally, he can just sideboard out Angel Serenity because it's not very good.
Yeah, I was going to say Angel Serenity is definitely a card that Chris can sideboard out. Okay. He might just, at the end, might have like 1 Angel Serenity in his deck, maybe 0.
I don't think there's ever going to be an Angel Serenity that's going to be very valuable in this matchup.
Yeah, really.
It's going to be a big flyer that can get the game over with, but that's 7 mana.
Yeah.
So, and then he's got an additional Sin Collector in his sideboard that I really like. Additional Acidic Slime that he may bring in to go along with his 3 in his main deck, and then 2 copies of Abrupt Decay. So we'll figure out how he wants to go. I think the obvious cards are Thragtusk and Deathrite Shaman, and we'll see if he wants to sideboard in more or less after that.
Okay. Now for William, do you think Ral Zarek does anything here?
I don't like it very much at all.
I don't like it either version of Grammar. It doesn't really do too much. Pillar of Flame he definitely wants. So for him, I think William's going to bring in the 3 clones for sure. The extra Pillar of Flame. What do you think about Supreme Verdict? Do you think he's going to try to go aggro with Geist? Do you think he thinks Geist is not really going to happen here? Should he try to go long game with something like Assemble the Legions? Does he think that Chris is going to leave in the Acidic Slimes and Assemble the Legions is garbage?
So the thing, right, is, excuse me, is that if William boards in Supreme Verdict is a card that's not very good against Junk Reanimator anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a plan to complement it, and William's plan, is like burn spells and creatures. So I think his plan around Supreme Verdict isn't very good.
Okay.
As a result, I don't think it's a card that he wants to board in. Additionally, William doesn't have a way to punish Chris for like casting Imperial Blades. So if he wraps away all of his creatures, it's not like he has Rest in Peace or Ground Seal in play after he does that. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll just Imperial Rights my guy back. Like, what did you accomplish in Supreme Verdict?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The answer's not very much.
Okay. So you think William's going to just have to, again, try to get an aggressive draw?
Just have a better draw than game 1, really. He's on the play this game. His draw game 1 was pretty poor. I mean, both players did mulligan to 5, but if it's a mulligan to 5 situation for both players, I think Chris is favored because of Ultimate Grizzly Salvage, as we brought up. And I think that William just needs an aggressive draw. Don't sideboard to those control elements, and just hope to take it down. Yeah,
it's interesting that he has 1 Counterflux in his sideboard. If that Counterflux would say it dissipate, it would actually come in this matchup.
Yes.
And with William having 2 Dispels and the Counterflux, I don't know if you need the Counterflux to hate so much against Sphinx's Revelation, because you already have the Dispels, you have Snapcaster Mage, you're aggressive already, where you have Geist Stain Trapped as well, which is historically good against decks that play Sphinx's Revelation.
Yep. So, I think we're going to see those clones come in.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the clone has a lot of good targets in this matchup.
Yeah.
It's not going to be able to catch an Angel Serenity because I don't believe that Chris is going to leave those in. But catching an Acidic Slime, maybe a Restoration Angel, Thragtusk, that's not so bad.
Yeah, definitely not. So we'll see what happens here. And Chris has to like his chances, being up a game, and Chris is very comfortable with the Junk Reanimator deck.
Yes.
And the more comfortable you become with a deck, the more confidence you have. Lots of times, if you just pick up a deck right for the tournament, you never played it before, you don't know the interactions, you're going to make some mistakes.
Yeah.
And as the tournament progresses, more and more mistakes. But by round 6, by round 7, you think back and say, hey, if I practiced, I wouldn't be X and Q right here. Maybe I would be, X1 or XL.
Yeah, hopefully XL. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a quick update on our other match as well. Alex Mitchell has evened it up against Owen Turtenwald 1-1. So Owen is going to be on the play game 3 with Jund against Alex playing Bant Hexproof. So we'll see what's going to be pushing on through the finals to play against these 2 players here in Eads and VanMeter.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Again, in the other match, Owen is playing Jund versus Bant Hexproof, like Cedric said. Owen does have access to Lilianas. He has access to Abrupt Decay. Might even bring in the Veraskas just to handle the enchantments. And also he has 3 copies of Bonfire, so he can actually somewhat kill the untargetable guys.
Yeah, he has outs to Invisible Stalker and Geist Stain Trap. That's super important for both his deck and that matchup.
Yes. So Alex sporting 4 Voice of Resurgence. Maybe if he wins this SCG Open, Voice of Resurgence is the real deal, and we might have spoke too soon.
Gotta see it first.
Yeah,
I gotta see it happen.
Yeah. On a good note, last night I cracked 11 packs with Cedric in the hotel room.
Yep.
And we pulled 2 Voice of Resurgence.
Yeah.
We're rich.
We are super rich. It's really nice to be us. Just to crack mythics all day, all night, just busting booster packs.
Yeah. So like, hey, Cedric, are you sleeping? No, are you? No, let's crack a pack.
Yeah. Sure, I can't fall asleep at all. That's why I'm tired this morning. Let's crack packs all night, and then just go to work in the morning.
All right. So it looks like Chris presents his deck. William's still giving his deck a bit of a shuffle. You see Glenn right there doing a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I mean, really just seems to be just motivated.
Reese's Pieces, yeah.
Motivated, just really, really hard at work there in the background.
I think Glenn bought some stock in Reese's Pieces. That's why he's
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice. Great candy.
Yeah, it really is.
Healthy, too. That's my favorite part
Peanut
about
butter?
it. Yeah, it's got to be healthy,
Peanuts?
right? Peanut butter.
Butter.
There's some chocolate in there, I think.
Yeah, they actually have Reese's Pieces there. You know what? I'm gonna maybe buy you a couple of packs. Maybe one.
Oh, okay.
You okay? You don't
Yeah,
want
I pass on the pieces.
Okay.
I don't want to give Glenn any money.
Okay. Yeah.
Indirectly helping Glenn. So.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. All right. So let's see. They're gonna draw 7. Hopefully they both keep at 7. I normally enjoy watching games where both players have full hands. Rather than,
As do I.
You know, they multi 5, or one guy multi 6 and the other guy multi 2. Never seen that before, but it could happen. Maybe I saw it. You saw it? Yeah, multi 2.
Yeah, I've seen it.
With Dredge, maybe. So
I know that. I know that.
Breakthrough and you win.
Osip and I, in Osip's first coverage date, I think Dave Thomas mulliganed to 3.
Or Careful City.
Playing Dredge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Legacy
wow.
and one on like turn 4.
Really? Wow, that's insane.
Like he was mulliganing confidently. He's just like, because he's played Dredge a lot. He's just like, yeah, mulligan, looking for certain cards and then just killed the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome.
All right, so William has to mulligan to 6. Let's see what Chris decides to do. 6, 7. The 7th card is always the most exciting one. Oh, when he is.
There's Chris going down as well.
They're both gonna mulligan.
Yeah.
All right.
Play a little handicap magic.
Yeah, why not? Right? It's both going down to 6.
As my good friend Adam Yurchik says,
yeah,
the 7th card is a luxury.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
That's right.
Magic should be 6.
Yeah.
But for those players who need the 7th card.
That's right. You get to keep 7. You should be happy.
Yeah. Sometimes when I play, I actually just keep if I draw my opening hand, like when I was playing Esper Control or even the Dustmantle Grixis deck. If I drew my opening hand and it was like Sulphur Falls, Dark Water Catacombs, Think Twice, it's like keep. I'll keep a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever done that or no? Are you ever gonna mulligan a hand? Say if you're playing Esper Control and you start off where it's like Hallowed Fountain, Dark Water Catacombs, Azorius Charm. Can you ever see yourself mulliganing that hand, no matter what the other 4 cards are?
I'm gonna say no.
No, right?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure 3 is all you need to
hold on. What if the 4 other cards are lands? What if it's 6 lands Azorius Charm?
I would still keep that.
No, I wouldn't.
No?
I couldn't do it.
What if you're playing a control matchup?
I could do it then.
I
have to know what I'm against though.
I guess the unknown deck, I'm fine with.
What if you're against Naya Blitz?
You'll probably cycle into a Supreme Verse. Like you're playing 4 Supreme Verse in deck for a reason.
Yeah, you can just mulligan to 1 though.
Then like when you mulligan, your hands normally like Verdict, Sphinx Revelation, Verdict, Think Twice, like land. You're like, that's a 1 land.
Defiant Drown Yard.
Yeah, Defiant Drown Yard. Yeah. Or in some players' case, Vault of the Archangel. I was talking to Owen and Reed about deck building and how some people play so many copies of the special land, whether it be Vault of Archangel or Keswick Wolf Run. You really have to limit yourself.
Yes.
If you want to play Wolf Run, it's probably a 2 of max.
Yes.
Vault of the Archangel, again, 2 max.
It's easy to play a lot of those because those cards are so powerful.
Yeah.
But the opportunity cost associated with those cards is very high.
Yeah. The only card you really could play 4 of is the Drown Yard because that's your free win condition.
Yeah.
So to speak. You don't have to play Millstone anymore. All right. So William looks pretty happy with the 6.
How about Chris?
Let's see. I think Chris is gonna keep. Yeah. He does.
Wow. They stop at 6 this time. So here we go.
All right. There's Steam Vents.
Does Chris have a turn 1 mana accelerant? That is the question.
Let's see. There's
he does.
Oh,
okay, that's right.
So maybe an accelerant?
Yeah.
Let's see if some lands go to the graveyard. I think I saw a Geist Snake Trap.
You did see one.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So let's see what Chris has for his turn 2 play. Now, William's kind of like a tempo-y deck, but he doesn't have any copies of Unsummon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I feel Unsummon's good with the Geist Snake Trap.
Grizzly Salvage going to turn our Obsidian, Voice of Resurgence, Mulch, Grizzly Salvage, and Sun Petal Grove.
So they did bring an Obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voice of Resurgence too. I guess it does a nice job of getting in the way of the old Guys St. Draft and makes William play a little bit different game than he'd like to.
Definitely. All right, so what do you think? We don't know Chris's hand. All he really sees is a Restoration Angel. Now, having a Sunpellet in the graveyard is nice because it gives an extra mana with Deathrite Shaman, but maybe Chris just needs the land. You know, I think Chris really wanted to flip over more than one land.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of the things he was looking for. Is he puts all those awesome creatures into the graveyard. Is that he did want to flip over more than one land, so he could accelerate maybe to an Unburial Rites, or you know, just something on turn 4, maybe another Drag Tusk.
Sure.
Instead, he turns over a bunch of spells, one land, which is clear that he needs because he took it with off of the Grizzly Salvage. So we're gonna see Geist of St. Draft here show up for William, and now Chris is under the gun right now. Gonna need some action as he does draw another land.
Yeah, another Sunpellet Grove. So 2 mana, and there's Voice of Resurgence. That's a pretty good answer to Geist St. Draft.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, Geist looks kind of embarrassing in front of the Voice. Maybe Voice of Resurgence is good, and we just missed the whole memo there.
The jury is still out, my friend.
Yeah. All right. So again, it looks like Chris has pretty much no way to really stop the combo besides 2 sideboard or Abrupt Decays. And I don't think he's gonna bring in the Sever Bloodline. So if William could just set up, I mean, I see an Azorius Charm and I see a Boros Reckoner in hand. You know, maybe William's gonna try to go for the Infinite Life. Okay, but instead he plays Azorius Charm on the Voice of Resurgent.
Which I don't think Chris minds too much. He's going to get an Elemental token from that, am I right?
No,
it's when it goes to the graveyard. Never mind. It's not when it leaves play. It doesn't have that Thrag Touch trigger. Never mind.
Okay. All right, so Chris should have fallen to 12. But, yeah, I believe Chris is at 12 right now. He took Temple Garden damage, Overgrown Tomb Target, So he is at 12. And I think he's going to try to gain some life back, maybe. No, he's going to Dome William.
He's going to drain him. I'm a little bit surprised to see that.
I think if I was Chris, I would be a little worried about my life, unless he has, you know, a Thrag Tusk in hand.
Right? If I'm Chris, I want the game to go on as long as possible, I think. Here.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, you know, you have to figure out which role you are. Am I the control deck, or am I the aggressive deck? And it's very clear that William can't switch roles and play the control deck. It doesn't favor him at all. So I'm a little bit surprised to see him not gaining life there. Now, you know, you can make the argument of he would like to take care of that Azorius Charm so there's no, you know, Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, shenanigans. But at the same time, I mean, he just has Deathrite Shaman at the ready. So
yeah, I know. Yeah.
A little bit surprised to see it, but we'll see. You know, if it ends up hurting him or not, as we do have a quick update from the other match. Owen Turnwald said he'd win.
Yeah, and he did. All right, 2 games to 1. So Owen is moving on to the finals.
He's going to be playing the winner of VanMeter versus Eads, but we have a Jund deck in the finals, and again, Owen Turnwald, former player of the year, Pro Tour top 8 competitor, no losses on the week, and our number 1 seed.
11-0-1, I believe.
Playing first all the way throughout the tournament. He's got 1 more to go until a title.
All right, so William's thinking, what can I do here? But I want to try to get in some more damage with Geist St. Draft. So he turns the guy sideways.
He says, I'm going to try.
There's the Angel. And I believe the Voice will trade with the Geist now. Chris falls down to 8 life. And I think William's going to follow this up with a Boros Reckoner.
He also has another Geist St. Draft in his hand.
Oh, does he really? Yeah. Wow, okay. So maybe he wants to run out another Geist St. Draft?
It's possible.
Yeah, it's close. We'll, can you make out William's entire hand?
It's that, the Reckoner, and a mystery card.
Oh, it's just 2 Reckoners.
Yeah, 2 Reckoners. Okay.
Alright, so William follows it up with the Geist St. Draft. Chris is going to remove it.
He's going to gain some life this time.
Yeah, so now Chris goes back to 10. I think Chris realizes that there's a chance that, you know, if William has, for example, double Boros Charm, he'll die to that. So he really wants to keep his life total as high as possible.
Yeah. Just don't get burnt out. That's basically the plan. William's deck has a lot of reach, and I just need to make sure, if I'm Chris, all I'm thinking of is just don't get burnt out. There's no reason for it to happen, especially when I have an active Deathrite Shaman. The lands to both use that and still play regular Magic.
Exactly. Alright, so Chris is thinking, you know, I have a 2/2 Elemental right now. I have a 1/2 Deathrite Shaman. His hand is Restoration Angel. Nothing really in his graveyard. No land, no Unburial Rites.
Does just pass the turn back, so without the 5th land drop, Chris is going to have to say go. Kind of representing, you know, a Restoration Angel right now.
Yeah,
also
definitely.
Representing a Deathrite Shaman activation, maybe an Abrupt Decay in his hand. A lot of things here possible here for Chris. It's not just, I don't have my 5th land, sigh, go.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris could have a lot of things.
You see William taking his turn rather slowly, trying to deduce exactly what's going on here. Think Twice is what's going to start his turn.
All right, let's see what William draws off his Think Twice. Restoration Angel. Yeah, I think William probably does not want to attack with the Geist Saint Draft.
I don't like to attack you very much at all.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to play Boar's Reckoner, and then next turn he has access to, be able to attack with both his guys, and whichever guy might die in combat, save with the Restoration Angel.
Yep.
And there's a Reckoner, and I believe he's going to pass the turn. And he does just that.
So let's see what Chris wants to do, if anything.
Yeah.
At the very least, we're going to see a Deathray Charm activation.
Yeah, I think he wants to play out that Restoration Angel. Just get another creature in play. Don't waste 4 mana for no reason.
Yeah.
Deathray Shaman here is just not that exciting. All right, so there's a Restoration Angel, making that elemental a 3/3.
See Chris's hand. He does have an Umbrella Rights in his hand. That opens that in the graveyard. It's a pretty juicy target for that Umbrella Rights, getting him some life, putting a huge body on the board, making things very difficult on Eads. So.
All right, so I think a mulch is going to happen.
All right, that's a big draw.
All right, so 1 land, 2 land, Sin Collector. All right, so 2 lands.
Yep.
That's good.
Those will go to Chris's hand. Sin Collector Absence Pilgrim will go to the graveyard. We'll make it so that Chris can start casting his 5 mana spells moving forward, starting next turn.
Yeah.
We'll see if the Overgrown Tomb is going to come into play tapped or untapped here, depending on what his hand looks like. But that mulch was super important for moving forward in the rest of this game.
Yeah, definitely. All Chris really needed was to draw some lands. Chris has Unburial Rights in his hand, so he's able to Unburial Rights back to Obzadot, and Obzadot's going to really be a problem for William. 2 life each turn, phase in, phase out. So we'll see. We'll see if Chris wants to attack with that Restoration Angel. I think no.
Feels like a defensive angel to me.
Yeah, I think Chris is probably just past the turn. He does just that.
So William's going to draw a card. Still has, I think, Twice in the graveyard. Restoration Angel and Boros Reckoner in hand to go along with a newly drawn Turn Burn.
Okay. So that could come in handy. William checks the life total. I think he's going to swing it with both, and I think he's going to end up, turn and burning something, depending on how Chris decides to block. Also, getting rid of that Deathrite Shaman is probably going to be pretty nice.
You're about to see what it feels like to me, Gerard, the utility of Turn and Burn and the things that this card can do right now.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of Williams' position.
Sure, I think he's certainly in a rough spot right now. He's trying to turn the corner and stay ahead.
Okay.
Before Chris is able to fully pull ahead, because once Chris pulls ahead, there's no coming back.
Yeah. The only way William can come back is like if he topped a double Boros Charm or just got really lucky with by burning him out. All right, so the Geist Saint Draft comes in, the Angel comes in, and the Boros Reckoner also comes in. So that's 9 points of damage. So Chris will put the Elemental in front of the Geist Saint Draft. Maybe he'll put the Restoration Angel in front of the Boros Reckoner.
That's what it feels like, yeah.
Yeah, these seem like reasonable blocks.
We'll see how Chris wants to play this tournament. It looks like he's going to use a Turn and Burn. It seems like it'd be pretty good here. Also has access to the Restoration Angel, maybe save a guy.
I mean, maybe he's just going to use the burn side of Turn and Burn, kill the Deathrite Shaman, then put the Boros Reckoner at Chris, and then play another Boros Reckoner. I mean, maybe he's just trying to go after Chris's life total.
I mean, there's a lot of decisions to be had with that split card, which is what makes split cards so great, right?
Yeah.
You've got both halves of the card. Both halves are awesome. You can fuse it together to do something completely absurd, or you could just neglect doing any of that and just cast a Restoration Angel, blink one of your dice, add a 3/4 to the table, and move on with life. So
yeah, I mean, William's hand is Restoration Angel, Turn and Burn, Boros Reckoner, and he also has a Think Twice in his graveyard. So he has a lot of options.
Yeah.
He could do pretty much any of these plays.
Yep.
I can see him going Burn, Flashback, Think Twice. I can see him go Burn, play Boros Reckoner. I can see him play Turn and Burn. I can see him Restoration Angel out the Geist Saint Draft. Maybe the Boros Reckoner. It's really tough.
5 mana. This is Turn and Burn. Let's see how he wants to use it.
All right, so he's going to Turn and Burn the Restoration Angel. So he's going to make the Restoration Angel 0/1 and then burn the Deathrite Shaman.
Yep.
All right. Now the Elemental will still trade with the Geist Saint Draft the way it is right now.
Because it is a 2/2.
Yeah, because even though the Deathrite Shaman will die, the Restoration will still be in play as an 0/1.
Correct.
All right, so after this, the board will be Chris will be at 8 life. He's going to fall to 6 and they gain 2 life back from the Deathrite Shaman. And William is going to have only Boros Reckoner in play.
Correct.
So
that's what it looks like to
yeah,
me.
it's fine for William. You know, he has a board reckoner. Chris will have nothing.
Yeah, it feels like a good turn to me. You cleared his entire board,
Yeah.
dealt with all of his problems and permanents, and you know the problem here, you know, if you're William, is you're hoping to fade a big 5-mana spell, which we know he has at least some burial rights in his hand. But you did a nice job of clearing up these issues that Chris has put on the table.
Exactly. So let's see if all this is going to resolve, which I think it will. So yeah, so Chris is going to fall to 8 like we said, and the board will get cleared. Guys, Trap does die.
And so does that Angel. Yeah, Chris clears everything up, so those things don't get to stay around forever. Come on now.
All right, Chris draws. And I think that was a sync collector.
That's what it looked like to me as well.
But he doesn't have time for a sync collector right here.
No.
He has to go on burial rights, targeting my Ozda.
Yeah.
I think that's his only line.
Not only does he not have time for a sync collector, he's going to go with a Acidic Slime.
Wow.
A little bit surprising there. Not only does he not have time for a sync collector, but he doesn't have targets in William's hand, which he obviously doesn't know.
He does have on burial rights in hand, right?
I'm pretty sure he does.
And he does have the opposite in the graveyard off of the first Grizzly salvage.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you see what William just drew?
He drew a clone.
Ooh, yeah.
Now, Chris, I don't think he can block fast enough.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Well, no, he's just a first strike it.
That's fine.
You think so?
Chris is perfectly content with that.
Okay, because Chris just wants to go. Yeah, that's the whole thing. If he had an Obzidot, I think, you know, gaining life might have been more important. I'm not sure.
The tough part with Obzidot, right, is if he brings that Obzidot, he gets it 2 life, but he can't block with it because Reckoner just takes the 5 and puts the 5 back to Chris's face, which he's perfectly content with.
I mean, and then I also have an Obzidot in play. If the 5's not going at my Obzidot, right?
Sure, I mean, the 5 may not be going at the Obzidot, but, you know, the entire point of William's deck is just to burn you out incrementally.
Okay.
So, you know, if I put you down to 3,
yeah.
I'm very happy about that because now I'm drawing to Rouseric, I'm drawing to, you know, Searing Spear, Burrow's Charm, all these cards. You know, it's not about me having a great board position, it's more about me just getting those last 1 to 8 damage through before you get a drag toss and blink it or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Obzidot could just blink itself though, because it would be around. So it'll go from 3 to 5. But we'll see what happens. All right. So Acidic Slime's going to get in the way of a Boros Reckoner. William will first strike it. So Chris falls to 5, and I think William drew a Snapcaster Mage.
Yep.
So he's going to run out the Snapcaster Mage as an Ambush Viper and try to end this game. I do see an Angel Serenity.
Does he have Angel Serenity?
He does.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
A card that we thought he may sideboard out.
Yeah.
You see why he was making the play that he was making.
Yeah, he just wanted to buy time.
Yes.
Buy time with the Acidic Slime. You know, cut off Williams' mana. So again, Chris setting this game up nicely. Now Williams in a rough spot. William needs to draw land here for clone.
Yep.
If he draws land for clone, he's in great shape. If he doesn't, you know, Chris is going to take over this game. So we'll see what happens.
This is not the first time that we've questioned Chris's play of playing the Acidic Slime instead of doing something else. And again, I think again we were questioning it and wrong again.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell that he has a game plan with what he's trying to accomplish. And you see he's going to eat the Boros Reckoners and get back to Slime because he just wants to attack Blue-White-Red's mana at all times.
Yeah.
Forced him to draw lands.
I think we saw Chris on camera 3 times, and each time we saw him, he impressed me more and more with his play.
Yes.
Yeah. Take nothing away from William. William's doing a great job as well.
Yeah.
You know, but Chris is really putting it to him.
So William plays his Snapcaster Mage. What does he draw? Is it the land? It is not the land.
I think it was another Restoration Angel. Yeah, that was really key.
Angel Serenity standing tall right now. 2 Restoration Angels and a clone here from William. It's really funny again that Acidic Slime, this 5-mana card that destroys lands. You look at that card and you think to yourself, what's the big deal? Why is it so good? Why is he casting this card instead of doing something? I mean, he can get back Obzidad from his graveyard.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Obzidad Ghost Council is down there. What is he doing?
Let's see what Chris draws.
But he chooses not to do that. Keeps Acidic Sliming his opponent, and now William is stuck with 3 4-mana spells in his hand, potential for another land to die this turn.
I think right now Chris is a big favorite. Chris went from, you know, having a chunk block, a 6 line, big underdog, to all of a sudden Angel Serenity, and William, if he doesn't draw a 4th land, he's in trouble.
Yeah,
he's already.
And if another land dies, he's in serious trouble.
Yeah,
because now now Chris cuts off all of his blue, leaving him with the Sacred Fountain and a Clifftop Retreat. And now he's forcing William to draw both lands and spells here to win the game. You only get 1 draw step per turn.
Yeah. Now we know William's hand. William doesn't have any instants or sorceries. His hand is Angel, Clone.
Correct.
Do you think Chris is thinking, you know what? I want a Sin Collector just to see what's up. I want to know if he has, you know, some tricky removal spell. Does he have another Turn and Burn? Does he have a Azorius Charm?
There's the potential for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't fault Chris for just trying to play it safe with a Sin Collector here. Maybe he's going to go for the Unburial Rights. All right, there's
It's just slime time.
Just another acidic
It's always slime time.
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of all your blue sources.
Yep.
So you're left with a Sacred Foundry and a Clifftop Retreat.
He's going to flashback Think twice.
You know, I think William maybe wanted to flashback that Think Twice on his turn.
I agree.
Instead of just passing.
I agree. It's definitely possible.
So, all right, Angel gets him for 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Oh, and if you notice right now, he drew running lands.
Okay.
Okay, if you were to have flashback Think Twice, he would have drawn land, played land, and now he would have had the extra land
to cast Clone.
Yep.
So, good point.
So, and he could have cloned away the Angel Serenity, and now he can't. He has to wait another turn.
And now the Sin Collector is here. Take a little look-ski-poo. You see Restoration Angel ×2, Clone, and the Hollow Fountain that Gerard brings up. Can't take anything with the Sin Collector. Now it just makes you wonder, does Chris have something to do like a Restoration Angel and Burial Rites on Restoration Angel to blink that slime?
That's all he has to do.
Lands? Yeah.
All he has to do is on Burial Rites, target him a Restoration Angel, blink out Acidic Slime, you're back on 2 lands again.
Yep. You just want to make it so he never gets to 4 lands. Here comes Angel of Serenity. So just 5. William goes down to 7.
Alright. Restoration Angel on a 6.
This. Take care of your Sacred Foundry. You're never going to be allowed to get to the necessary mana to beat me. William draws a card. It's a Pillar of Flame.
Yeah, too late. Acidic Slime did too much work already. Acidic Slime, insane. 5 mana. Yeah. It's like...
Every time I watch him play, it's just like, hey, every time that I've watched Chris play, all 3 times this weekend, it's like, why are you getting back Acidic Slime? Why do you keep doing that? You have so many better options in your graveyard. Especially the matching against Max Teats yesterday. Where it's like, why are you getting that back? And he's like, I have to kill this red mana because I don't lose to like a red spell, like a Mortar, it's like a Kessig Wolf Run. I can't let any of those things happen to me.
Yeah,
and now here comes a very brave Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that's going to be allowed to get through.
Alright, Sin Collector will trade with the Snapcaster Mage. And William is just facing down lethal.
And he's facing down lethal with no way to stop it.
So he goes down to 3. I'm sorry, he goes down to 5 and passes the turn.
Even trying to bluff something on turn 1 doesn't work here. If you turn the Angel of Serenity, doesn't matter. 5 damage from the Slime and the Restoration Angel. He's going to send them all sideways. William's going to drop his hand, and Chris VanMeter is going to extend the hand. That is the win.
All right.
VanMeter does win the match 2-0 with some impressive play yet again.
Yep, definitely, yeah. So I thought it looked pretty bad from game 2, but Chris managed to pull it out. So we have an all-star finals.
Yes, we
do. We have Chris VanMeter, all right, and we have Player of the Year, or former Player of the Year, Owen Turnbull.
Chris VanMeter, again, remember, was one of the original level 8